So I was silly and tabbed out of Minecraft because I was troubleshooting Discord on the desktop, and so I didn't really spend much time here collecting stuff because the auto clicker wasn't working. So we'll try a little bit to see if we can combine some bows here, but I doubt we'll get much. What do I have on this one? There's Power 4, Flame, Unbreaking 3, Infinity. I didn't see any Infinity on... Oh yeah, we do have an Infinity. So, Infinity is definitely key. Is there an anvil in here? Yes. So, I don't think I can just... Oh, it's only going to cost me 9? To repair that? That is not what I expected. Okay, I'll take it. In that case, I'll just grab whatever's like the lowest. I mean, really, I could just make a bow and repair it that way. I did bring this with me. So I could just repair a couple of these. Can you do this in here? Free? You can. All of that. I must be just not remembering. I mean, I'll take it. That's our main bow repaired. Easy breezy. We'll put that in there. That in there. We'll have to find a spot for the other ones. Sandy, thanks for being awesome. Appreciate it. Professor Maple, thanks very much. Yeah, the VOD for the tour of West Hill is up on the YouTube channel. Well, Joel Duggan VODs, for anybody that's not familiar. You can watch Pixel Riffs and I go around for 2.5 hours and tour West Hill. Appreciate the kind words. Thanks. I just want to have a little extra levels while we're here, just to label shulker boxes and stuff. Does anybody have a design for a dark room mob spawner that they like? I'm assuming the water flushing one is probably the best one, right? The one that's on a timer. Multiple floors. I do like the idea of making a passive one, but that would mean getting like villagers to lure the zombies, and I'm not sure what you can do. I guess you have to put cats, dogs down to scare the skeletons, and then cats down to pull the creepers. So water is probably the better way to go. All right, that's probably enough. I didn't check the fuel. Never thought. Oh, we're good. Don't actually have enough room. brings us back up to about the same amount of gold we started the stream with. I find that zombie, or not zombie piglins, but piglins just sound mad all the time. I don't know that I could tell you the difference in angry sound versus non-angry sound for piglins. Glad that didn't go off. Don't feel like filling holes in builds. It's really nice that when we arrive at the sci-fi zone, it doesn't matter if it's dark out. Like, we can just hang out here and there's no need for being inside. We can just kind of chill. Fun. Put that in there. Put that in there. I think maybe I'll put some of these in here. And probably the bows too. It's funny how one shulker box or one chest fills up so quickly with just junk. We will sleep just to set our spawn. Ender Pearl, thank you for the reminder, Sandy. I'm genuinely curious to see what the cave is going to look like with night vision. And I think, because I keep on getting my bearings messed up, we're going to leave like a breadcrumb trail of purple frog lights towards the cave opening. Not exactly a straight line, but it's an easy one to walk. So we'll do a fun little before and after here. This is Crazy Cave. Did a decent amount of lighting up over there anyway. Just so big. Most of what we did, I think, was down below. From the look of things. And it would be cool if we could incorporate those lights to make them look like plants. That could be kind of fun. They're almost the right color. But then just take a quick screenshot. Okay, well that's a big difference. Although I guess now we're not going to be able to tell where the dark spots are. We'll have to rely on the mini HUD mod. That's very helpful. Indeed. Oh, we're running low on rockets too. And what is that? 8 minutes? Cool. So if I've got this on, it's a really good opportunity to kind of get a really clear look at the size of this place. So it really feels like we're coming in at like one of the northmost corners of it. Like there's a little bit extra up here, but really it feels like, as far as the main chamber, it sort of feels like this is our kind of, I guess this would be our easternmost position. So I'll go ahead and say, like, I'm not sure what would be a good, probably this wall right here. So we'll do negative 52,562. Not crazy about these pillars in the middle. And again, there's more happening down in here, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Refresh my memory. Can you only collect spore blossoms? We can't grow spore blossoms, right? I would say this is probably the westernmost face. That seems about right. So negative 5,2,700. Now north and south gets a little bit funky because it's not an open cave. Like it kind of goes both directions. I would say I would probably use this back wall. As the northernmost tip. We may just have to go by feel. Because I think this lower part expands farther than the above cave. Or maybe not. Maybe this is bigger. Oh, no, wait. This goes down this way too, doesn't it? That's about the same. It doesn't really go too far. Okay. I'm trying to figure out where the middle would be. I'd say this is probably a solid spot. So negative 36,052. And the south wall is not really where we came in, but so this again really careens off into like a little grove. So maybe we could do something cool in here, but I wouldn't really consider this part of the main chamber. These lush caves are such a cool addition to Minecraft. Like, I've not spent a lot of time in them since they came out, but they are really, really fun. I would say somewhere's around here, I would think would be like the edge, the south edge. About where it starts to start going vertical. So like negative 35, 85. Okay, and now we just gotta do some math. 52, that is only 100 or so blocks. It's much longer north-south. I would have thought this was A lot wider. But yeah, I guess it really is only a couple hundred blocks wide. Now there's a precarious spot. Yeah, I don't like these long stalactites. They don't look very good. So we will probably remove those. You can only collect the spore blossoms? Yeah, we'll have to drop some off to Cosmic. Okay, so out of curiosity, we do some quick math, which I'm not going to be able to do in my head. So we've got 52,562 minus 52,700. $52,700. Yeah, it's only 138 blocks. So 69 blocks. So let's just go with 52,630. So that's like east, west is new 52,630. Oh, there goes my night vision. Curious what this is going to look like. Like lights out? Yep. I'm just measuring for my own creativity. Like I just kind of want to know where the center of the space is. And then we've got 36052. 36052. I'm doing double negatives in this calculator. And 35,885. That's only 167? $36,052. 35,885. Right, I guess. $83.50. So we'll do 36,052 minus. No, I need to do the other one. 35,885 plus, we'll say 83. 35968. Okay, well, now we just have to find that space. So 39, 35,968? 35,968. What did I type down? I got that wrong. 35,968. No. 35,968-ish. And then the other one is 52,630. So this right here is about the center of the whole cave. And technically that's right. But I feel like I'd want to back it up a little bit to about here. And about there. I kind of figured that it would be over this section here. Okay. Cool. So, I need to get some more of this. Oh, can I pick you off from out here? Gotcha. I'm really curious to see where these spawning spaces are. Oh wow, this whole wall. We haven't touched it at all. These guys don't mess around. I guess we don't have to worry about bringing villagers here. We just have to create a spawning space and wait for a zombie villager to show up and then cure it. That's kind of cool. Oh, too close to lava. Let's not do that. No, run away. Ironically, coming down here to the bottom is the safest place to be because it's a mushroom field biome. So even with everything going on above, there's nothing spawning down here. Wild. Hey, Blast Jordan, how's it going? Sorry again to chat. It's a little bit hard to keep up while I'm in here lighting things up. I have to have my head on a swivel. And unfortunately, as we light more and more up, there are denser and denser populations of mobs around. Which is good for this idea for a mob farm. Like, I feel like it's going to end up being pretty cool in the end, right? Nope. Can I not get up there? There are definitely a couple of these mods that are just like UI mods that I really think Minecraft could benefit from. Like the F3 screen is not a great space. I mean, I know that they've updated it recently. I don't have that that update on the server yet, but I really feel like more could be done. I hear you, skeleton. Where are you? The zombies are tracking me from miles away. This makes me mad that I don't get to play Borderlands 4. Definitely been in the mood for a shooter lately, and my system cannot run it. At least not in the way that I can. I know I couldn't stream it. I might be able to get away with playing it, but I would not be able to stream it, I don't think. Potion is about to run out. I'm glad we went to go get those. These are very handy for this stuff. That was like stereo zombie growls. I think we might have cleared this area a little bit. The nice thing is, as we get closer to the ceiling, some of the glow vines really help with the lighting. Creeper. It's really the skeletons that I'm worried about, and the creepers blowing up such a cool space. I don't want any of the natural stuff to get blown up, because the foliage all just gets destroyed so easily. Blast resistance of 0. I'm trying to make these look as close to natural as I can. If I can place them on top of a tree. Oh, denied. Oh, there's a skeleton. See, up here, are we still in a mushroom field? No, Lush Cave, okay. You can sort of see where the mobs are spawning in. That's 3 skeletons with armor? Like, no thanks. I'm just assuming that any place that doesn't have a lantern or a frog light is going to be mob city. There's a slime chunk here somewhere. That's good to know. Hold on a second. I need to take note somehow. Not here. There it is right there. So probably somewhere in that area there's a slime chunk. How about now? Yeah, right, Blast? Yeah. 100%. Oh boy. You know, it might be worth it to go up to the surface and fly like a couple 100 blocks away. Just to kind of despawn everything. Oh, crap. That is tricky. Hitting the vines when you're Elytra just takes you right out of flight mode and puts you in fall mode. No thanks. All right, let's pop up to the surface and just kind of... I know that the center is not going to be like dead center, but I think it'll be cool. Oh, I missed my turn off. You know what? That's in the way. But at least we can find a faster way down there. Right, so I had that wrong. It was and it was negative 35, 968 ish. So we were really close already. Like 968 is really right over here. There's 968. And then 52, 630. That's it right there. Just curious if I can get some white concrete. I think I had some. Where did I put it? Oh, it's in here. Easy to see from the map. And I moved it a little bit left and right, but that's definitely not the center of the island. So I don't think I want to build my main complex directly over the center of the cave, because that's kind of like we're very north here, right? And so I feel like I might want to do something like in this area. This is also the flattest area, I think, or one of the flattest areas in the biome. But we can probably at least make a better spot. I can probably go back down after I fly away a bit here. Well, since we're up here and we need to fly away, why don't I just mark off what is roughly the north-south of this island. I don't know if I want to go all the way to the edge of the biome. I think I want to just go to the edge of the physical island. So like up here somewhere. Because I'm sure the biome extends for a few blocks into the ocean before it switches. Right? And we're probably still in mushroom fields until the ocean changes color. Yeah. But from a build perspective, I'm more interested in just where the edge of the island is. And I would say I guess we might as well just go for the extremes. I'd say that's probably the northernmost tip. That's the Z, so it's negative 36.189. I didn't realize that was going to render in. That's cool. I didn't realize we're going to have a view from over here. That's very cool. You can see this area that I'm flying over now, like how flat it is compared to the northern parts. I guess we'll just go as far down as that tip. But yeah, the central area is pretty low. I'm trying to think about like where am I going to be removing the most or the least amount of land. So, not perfect, but I'd say that's probably a good spot. Negative 35,407. $702 blocks. So 351. Be the middle. So we'll do 3507. No, 35,407 plus 351. 35,758. Feels about right. That doesn't quite feel like the middle. Weirdly. Unless I did that wrong. Anybody think I did the math wrong? Because visually, this doesn't feel like the middle. Between that point and this point, it feels like more here. You can see my little light trail from space. It's great. No one's bothering to check the math, so assume you're correct. That's not a great way to go through life. No one double checked me, so I'm right. That's fine. I know that it's probably gonna feel a little bit strange. I might have to use like one of these areas. It does feel strange to be walking around here without the sun up, you know? It's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Man, the coral reef looks really cool at night. I'm going to go with 52-100 just for easy math. This is the eastern edge. The only trouble with traveling so far out to get cool stuff is that the numbers for coordinates just start to be really large and hard to do in your head, you know? Given I did my thesis in computing and things, I should have been just checking the math, says Blast Jordan, but it's also Saturday, so I couldn't be bothered. Nice. So my guess is that we'll have to use this edge and not the actual tippy tip out here. Some weird places for firefly bushes in this space. I didn't realize they can grow on mushroom fields. I'm just going to go with 52,970. So it's only 700 blocks wide too? I'm also going to grab the coordinates for this western coast. I think this is going to be more the bulk of the island, so it's going to, visually it's going to feel like more the center if we use one of these measurements. And I would say maybe we'll just go up this one. Yeah. It might even be better to go in like a rough line that feels like the edge. If we're gonna not go with the exact edge, it might be worth going into like what feels like a rough straight line. The bulk plus easy math. Yeah, like 52,840. There's 100 blocks in the difference, right? Is the tippy tip a technical term? Yes. Also very difficult to say. So thanks for that, Cosmic. I blame you entirely. All right, so let's put ourselves in what I think visually is the middle. And that for me is like probably there and like here. we'll see how far off we are. Yeah, this feels pretty central to me. I guess you really got to back up for it to show up on the map. Also just make it bigger. Just wanted to drop in with a difficult phrase as a gift. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, the center of the cave is like way up here. So let's go with the edge. So 52,840 and 52,100. So that's 740 blocks. $52,100 and $52,840. 740. 370 plus. So 5470. I'll be able to grab all this later too. $5470. No, that's not right. Hold on. 52. $52,470. Wrong way. There's 52,470. So that's technically the east-west center. So that's not too far off from where we were. So this is where I thought visually it was, and then technically this is where it is here. Mikatu, yeah, we're looking for the middle of the island just for fun. I like to have some sort of structure when I'm building. Like I just like to know where I'm placing things with intention, and from there I can kind of like expand and change. And I understand I can change this environment in any way I want. I like kind of like centralizing things. I did the same thing with the large factory build in Satisfactory. I figured out where the middle of the desert was, and I built my main bus like right in the middle of that space. Kind of gives us maximum amount of build area without running into obstructions. We also might move this if we find the center and then realize there's a bunch of like really big hills in the way. We might just not worry about it. Okay, so north tip and south tip is 36,189 and 35,407. Oh no, north center was 35,758. So that's it right there. So according to the math, that little cross is the center of the island. But correct me if I'm wrong. I must have done some math wrong. This distance feels much farther than this distance. I don't feel like that's north, south, center. I feel like I've done something wrong. North, south is negative 35,798. Oh, 798. Maybe that's what I've done wrong. That's probably going to be a lot closer. 35,7. Nope, this way. There's 9,8. So my visual center was a lot closer, which makes sense because, I mean, visual artist, I really feel like I've got a good sense of spatial analysis. And so obviously I did the math wrong on that low one. Must have been. Thanks, Blue. Appreciate it. So that's not bad. Like, I feel like we can probably... Even going with the mathematical center is not bad. I might just pick something in between. I'll go remove that other cross, of course. See, on the map, I thought that was going to be a lot farther away. Like over there somewhere, right? All right, so just to refresh, that's the mathematical center, we think, and then this is where I kind of ballparked it. But I feel like this is pretty good. So if we just get up on a higher vantage point here. Like there's a hill to the south there. Basically nothing around us. Pretty good spot to start building out stuff. Like we have to maybe run down a little bit of land there, but really it's pretty flat. This is the thing. That's the edge of the island right there. And to me, this feels so much farther away than that visually. Mushrooms in my ceiling as far as the eye can see. 100%. Yeah. There's lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. You're one of the people that's really bad at planning ahead, really on large projects. See, I'm the over planner to the point where it might not even be super engaging content. But I feel like not a lot of this kind of stuff is shown or considered for Minecraft builds. You know, like you see people build something crazy in a 45-minute video or a 20-minute video on YouTube, and you're just kind of like, how on earth did you get that done? It's like, well, they spent hours planning it out, picking out build palettes, and that's why I like to stream all that stuff. Yeah, you can sort of see, like there's the hill. There's some other topographical stuff, so you can kind of feel like this whole area right in here, pretty low. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate that. So we might just split the difference. So if I'm over here, $52.17. And that's $52,470. So 30, 47, say 48. So we'll go 24 in the difference. So that's 94. The rough center. One, two, three, four. Get rid of this. No idea what I'm going to do with all these mushroom blocks. Maybe Cosmic could use them for making custom flowers or something. It's also a very deep, dark cave. At least they're easy to take down. So if I'm going to have to take down a lot of these mushrooms, at least it's going to be like insta-mining stuff. And it's not going to take a long time. Okay, so that is probably about where we're going to want to start building things on top of here. And the idea is that I want to have some sort of central storage. I want to be close enough where anything we build in here might be loading. I feel like that's, I mean, I don't know, still not very, it's still a lot of chunks away. So it might not work. Take this down in size. slight bit of progress. We're doing okay. Cool. Well, I think that is some decent amount of progress. We will probably adjust the arrival area to be closer to the center once we figure out a good place to set up. But you can sort of see like why I find that area appealing is because it's very low, like all through here. This is all really kind of low-lying land. So if we have to build some stuff in here, it's not going to be a lot of removal. And we're not that far from the cave entrance, but the actual center of the cave is over there. So if we build a mob farm down there, that's probably going to be closer to the location. So we might have to think about that. It's not very far to bring items back. I feel like that could probably be loaded. Like if I'm visually seeing it here on screen, I'm probably loading it in. So we should be good. Sandy, thanks for being awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, good stuff. All right, I need to pass you on to somebody else playing Minecraft here. Let me just see who's live. There's a special Hermitcraft ending event. If you guys want to go on to somebody on Hermitcraft, I can send you that way. I can also send you to someone now. Oh, we've got lots of people doing Hermitcraft World Tour. Looks like everybody that I saw on my list that's playing Minecraft is doing something related to Hermitcraft. So I will just send you over that way. I really appreciate everybody being here specifically because of that. If there's a huge event going on, let's send you to. You know what? I feel like we've had good luck sending y'all over to places like Pearlescent Moon. Pearlescent Moon has been great for our weekday raids, so I'll send you there. There's lots of Hermits live though, so if you want to check that out, please feel free to do so. There is going to be a new episode of the Spawn Chunks on Monday. That's going to be available later on that day. You can check out things like the Joel Duggan VODs YouTube channel, which is maybe where you're watching this now. I post them 24 hours later on the VODs channel. And there is the tour of West Hill. The 5 years I spent building West Hill is now in a short tour. Short. Air quotes. It's 2.5 hours of Pixel and I going around and talking about the build and showcasing it. So I think you'll enjoy that. There's also different things like the Lego streams and the Satisfactory streams are all up there. You can follow me on social media and of course check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's one of the best ways to support me here on Twitch. It's only $2 a month. It gets you access to the Discord, notifications when I go live, and I will see you all on Tuesday as my next stream. Unless of course, you're in the Spawn Chunks Discord, in which case I'll be live on Monday with Pixelriffs doing the show. So we'll see you then. Bye for now.